We have this unspoken rule that we're supposed to eat, breathe, sleep medicine. We dedicate so much of our time and our life to medicine, and actually research shows physicians do better whenever they have work-life balance.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Ripple's Physician Wellbeing. It's our podcast from the Joe R. and Teresa Lozano Long School of Medicine at UT Health San Antonio. I am your co-host, Dr. Adriana Diurich, and I am joined by Dr. Veena Prasad, our other co-host.
Wonderful. It's exciting to be here for the season 4 Life Beyond Medicine, because there's so much out there other than medicine. So we are trying to combine creativity like music,
yes, dance, writing,
pottery, advocacy, which will help our physicians to be better in what they do and take care of themselves.
Welcome back again to our 4th episode of season 4, so it's 2 fourths this time, of Ripple's Physician Wellbeing, and we have today not only our co-host, Dr. Veena Prasad, and myself, Dr. Adriana Diurich, but 2 very special guests. No one, two very special guests.
Can't wait to hear you both.
I want to introduce Dr. Cersten Bradley. She is a former LSU Tiger Girl. Wait for this, a former Dallas Cowboys cheerleader,
Wow.
which makes her a celebrity.
Yeah.
And now a PGY3 resident in our family medicine program, which is impressive, amazing. Welcome, Cersten.
Thank you guys for having me here. I'm super excited to meet everyone and have a great time.
Yes.
It's so wonderful to have you. Welcome. And I have the honor of introducing our other esteemed guest here, Dr. Rajam Ramamurthy, who I have known for past 40 years. We have been friends and she's been a mentor to all of us. She is currently Professor Emeritus of Pediatrics, and she was a neonatologist. And I have to say, she did a lot of some creative things in neonatology. And now currently, she is President of Faculty Association of UT Health. And she was also selected as Peace Laureate of San Antonio 2017, among other accolades.
Wonderful.
Welcome. And not to leave this out, lifelong dancer. And
Yay.
the first time she started the dance school, Arti School of San Antonio, in San Antonio, and that's been running and thriving. Welcome.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Dance friends are the best friends.
Yes, isn't it amazing that of all the things that we could invite you for to be here, Rajam, we're inviting you because you're a lifelong dancer.
Exactly, yes. And we love art form, any kind of art form, both of us.
Yes. Giving us a little bit of your background would be great. Especially, I'm very curious about what got you into dancing.
Interesting. We were 5 women, 4 of us physicians, and one of them a software engineer. We were at a party, chit-chatting, and the topic somehow went to dancing. And it was like you turned on a switch, like our faces lit up, and we just spilled our hearts out right there. And how much we loved dancing and how dance was denied to us when we were growing up in India. And at the end of it all, we vowed that we will have dance in San Antonio.
Wow.
And all of us had daughters, all 5 of us, around 4 or 5 years of age. And we said, we must do this, we must do this. And that's how it got started. There were no dance schools anywhere in San Antonio. There was one school in Houston and one school that had just started in Dallas. So we asked both those teachers if they could come to San Antonio and teach here.
Wow.
And it started like that. And they both of them said, coming once a month is the most we can do. that's not sufficient for young children, little children to learn anything. Then we asked, how about us mothers learning? And we'll take class every week for them. And every Friday, come rain or shine, we have held dance classes. It's known in San Antonio that on Fridays they can't get us anywhere else.
And if we are involved, we can't go anywhere either. We would be dancing with them.
Exactly. Friday night, day to dance.
Yes.
I will go there because I'm curious. You said that dance was not okay for you growing up?
That's true. When I was a little kid, and my mother tells me that I used to dance and entertain them as a 2-year-old. But you know how moms are. They always are exaggerating our skills. And for about 100 years, I would say, dance was put down, denigrated. And the temple dancers in those days, it was part of worship in the temples. As part of the independence movement, dance was one of the things that was revived. But it was happening in big cities like Chennai, in this state where in South India, Chennai, Bangalore, these other places.
Yeah.
And I grew up in a small gold mining town called Kolar Goldfields. And I think I went to medical school before a dance teacher came there.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. And I see you nodding. Would you give us a little bit of your background? And then I have more questions for you about that as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. So my parents put me in dance starting at 3. So I was a little dragon mascot for the City League football team, and that was how I got started. And then that progressed to me wanting to do my own solo, doing competitive dance, just kind of recreationally. And then I actually went to high school and trained in ballet, modern, African dance, folk protocol, all different types of performing arts type of training. So my high school experience was us dancing on the tables during lunch while the different singers were playing their, singing, and the musicians were playing their instruments. So it was like a full high school musical type of experience. So that was high school. And then I went on to college. I was dancing in hip hop and jazz. We competed in Disney World every year. And we performed at all of the basketball games, baseball games, and all of these different types of events around the city for college. And so I was a student athlete. And after that, I decided to do the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. It was a dream I had always had because before that, I was on the junior Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders team where I would do some of the halftime shows with Destiny's Child, John Legend, things like that.
Wow.
And I just wanted to fully experience all that the Dallas Cowboys had to offer. And I met a wonderful sisterhood, a lot of girls that I'm still very close friends with today. And I try to dance as much as I can now during residency.
Wonderful.
So that's what I'm at.
That's
Wonderful. But knowing you, and we've had opportunity to talk before, I know you had to navigate through some, pressures, internal, external, and when Dr. Ramamurthy was talking, it made me think of that too. Would you tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So more of the internal pressures of trying to dance within residency. It's hard just because we have this unspoken rule that we're supposed to eat, breathe, sleep medicine. And if you don't do that, maybe you run the fear of being perceived as not taking your career seriously, or you have that fear of thinking that, I'm not, and giving my all and doing what I need to do, and it could be perceived as irresponsible because we're not doing just patient care. And then the external factors as well of just that, your fear of being perceived as less credible. And so it's that internal guilt of, I should be doing more, and the external fear of, I don't want to be perceived as doing something less. And so the way that I got over that was me just finally realizing, hey, we dedicate so much of our time and our life to medicine, and actually research shows that physicians do better whenever they have work-life balance.
Yes.
Research from JAMA and the New England Journal of Medicine, they all state that physicians have prolonged careers, less burnout, higher patient satisfaction rates, a lot of positive things. And so if we can dedicate all this time to studying medicine, we can dedicate some time, and we should dedicate more time to pouring into ourselves as well.
Yes,
Yes,
and that's
so
why we're
wonderfully
here.
put. In fact,
Yes.
this whole season is dedicated to outside of medicine, how the outside activities, creative activities, bring balance and enhance your career too. As you know,
Absolutely.
so that takes me to a question to you, Rajam. I know you are not allowed to learn really dance in India, but as a resident, I'm sure your feet were dancing somewhere and then you wanted to join. Were you able to
Yeah.
do some activities during your residency, and how did you manage both?
So I came to join pediatric residency in Chicago, Cook County Hospital. And there were no Indian dance schools anywhere in the country, let alone Chicago.
Wow.
So it was very dormant, although in high school, college, medical school, I always choreographed dances, not the classical dance that I really wanted to learn, training, but dances we all put together in schools all the
Sure,
time.
yeah.
That kind of stuff all along. But in Chicago, I want to say for at least 3 years during my residency training in pediatrics, I didn't go anywhere near dance.
Yes.
And one of the things, I was missing it definitely. And I would say, what can I do about it? Well, how do I bring in something? Do I get some of these other residents to join and form a team or perform somewhere? Things like that. But same thing. I said maybe, and being a foreign medical graduate, I wanted to be extra cautious in appearing very professional.
Yes, not
No?
to take away from residency. See,
Yeah.
that becomes a
So
common theme.
I said maybe I will be perceived as less, if I did all this kind of activity. I'll do something else,
Yes.
So there was. But around the time I was finishing my fellowship in neonatology, there was one dance school that was happening in Chicago. And that school and 5 other schools were the first dance schools that started in United States.
Wow.
And one of them was the one in Dallas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you
And-
stayed close to
Yeah.
the dancing
To the dance
schools.
school.
Had I
Yes.
continued to live in Chicago, I think I would have definitely joined that school and done something. But we moved in 60, that started in 65, and we moved in 75. And we moved in 77 to San Antonio. I had 2 little babies, lots of distraction.
Yes.
And we moved here and settling down, and then it happened. It was meant to happen in San Antonio.
Exactly.
Yes,
Our
it was
school
meant to
was
happen.
born here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, in a way, their life experiences bring some things. That one thing is you build sisterhood. And here with 5 women, I know you've been lifelong friends and the whole community. So not only their support system, and although your external pressure said don't do this, there was a longing to learn and dance,
Yes,
absolutely.
and your creative ability came out.
That release of this bottled up energy or need inside, I think was very important.
Yeah.
It was like my personality. I, as a person, I was coming out.
Yes.
Yes.
Otherwise, it was like I'm suppressing myself to
Yes.
project myself as somebody else outside.
Yes.
And you said it right, like all of us have a gift. Something that we all, it may be bird watching.
Yeah.
It may be marathon running, something that all of us have. And I think it is important to recognize that, bring it out, because I think that is being compassionate to yourself.
Yes.
You have to be compassionate to yourself first in order to spread this out to your patients, to your friends, to your family.
Yes, how beautiful.
Yes.
And I just want to throw my 2 cents in here because I also like to dance a lot. I used to have a friend that said that if a pot falls on the floor, I dance to the noise of it. So there are even therapy modalities. There's one called biodance, for example, that, it turned into a little bit of a different thing and fell out of fashion, but it was therapy, healing, mental health through dancing, because it's a lot of what you are both saying. It's a connection with ourselves and being compassionate to ourselves, but also a connection to something bigger than us. And our invitation this whole season is to that. Find your gift and go for it. Express yourself, be compassionate to yourself, and connect to your purpose through not only medicine, but whatever is in you that makes you feel alive, that you are expressing yourself. And even trauma, we talk about trauma staying on your body, right? So body movement is very important to move even trauma responses. And that's why yoga is an important modality also for healing, because we're moving our bodies.
Yes. I'm going to address this to you, Rajam, because in dance, in Indian dance, we talk about different emotions, navarasa, so many ways of showing your emotions. And that's sometimes when you learn more about it, you probably are able to recognize others. And I'm wondering if that helps you in a way connect with patients, especially when you were working as a neonatology with the little babies, their parents, and able to recognize in ourselves and in outside of you how much dance has helped you.
For example, hand positions are very important in this style of dancing. Pataka, tripatako, ardha pataka, kartari mukha. So you watch my hand, a 5-year-old won't hold the hand like this. It'll be like that. And gradually you have to bring, because the muscles are not working that way.
Yes.
Then I would come in the morning, I'm making rounds, I'm looking at this little preemie who is in the incubator, and I'm saying, how is this baby's hand moving? How is the leg moving? And I said, this baby will go home in another 6 weeks, maybe 12 weeks. And then what is it that we can do to improve this, keep this? Because I know with practice and with training, it is going to get better.
We have this kind of fear sometimes, I don't want to look stupid, or I don't want to do the wrong thing or say the wrong thing. But I have certainly developed a love for that feedback and for that that mentorship and that coaching. And I think, me being a dancer my whole life and always receiving that constructive criticism, and always knowing that my people who are there to help me are really wanting to ensure that I am becoming the best version of myself that's possible. And that same approach that I had at receiving the feedback in medicine, it translates over to dance, it translates over to medicine.
Yes.
And so a huge kudos I give out to all the residents, all of the faculty members here at UT Health in San Antonio, because it's an amazing program, and I'm very, very grateful for all of the training. And I'm sure you've had great mentors and professors in your training as well. So
wonderful.
None of us can do this alone.
Cersten, what you said was so profound. I'm thinking almost we would have to make a kind of requirement. All the interns would have to take some dance lessons, get feedback, and they will all know how to take feedback, and the professors, attendings will know how to give feedback. That is
Yes.
so profound. What you said is, when you know they want you to get better, the same idea translates into learning in medicine
Yeah.
too. That was really in depth. Talked about it.
Yes.
Yes.
Meditation is a practice, and it's a practice for a reason. You're never there and done. You have to do it every day. You have to do it every day.
Yes.
And it's the same with dance, and it's the same with medicine, and it's the same with a lot of the things that we
Yes.
do.
Dance is a form of meditation. For some, dancing, being within your body,
Yes.
being in the moment, is a form of meditation.
Yeah.
That's what so many of our gurus did.
Yeah.
So I think the time has come for what we've been having this discussion to come to this point where we ask you, would you leave a pebble with us? A pebble that is a call to action, an invitation that when you throw that pebble, it makes ripples of well-being for all of us.
So I have two things. The first one being encouraging everybody to become a part of a community. We're not meant to do life alone. And so whether your community is at your church or with a dance group or some kind of online group or a friend, whatever that community is, I encourage everybody to have that because, again, we're not meant to do life alone. And the second thing that I would encourage for the Ripple is to do a vision board. I did a vision board for the first time this year. And it allowed me the opportunity to really be truthful with myself. What do I want? What do I enjoy? What do I love? How do I want to help others? What are some different goals that I have set for myself that I have just never even thought about taking the first step to do it? And Terry Savelle Foy's got an amazing podcast, YouTube videos that helped me create my first free vision board. And there's so many other resources out there. And even if it's not a vision board, just kind of having that plan for yourself of accomplishing your wildest dreams, biggest goals, is a very, very exciting thing that I was able to do this year. And so I encourage everybody else. I'm planting the ripple to do that.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Lovely.
This is
Lovely.
we're going to put a link from that.
Yes.
Also, just it's seeing
note
where
to
do I go
self.
from here? My purpose.
We need to
Yes, we
have
need
an
to do
episode on vision boards.
Yes, absolutely.
How about you, Rajam?
So, what to me is dancing, to you could be bird watching. Nevertheless, we are both moving. You with your eyes and I with my body.
Yes.
And I think it is important for everyone, and especially us in these stressful areas of life like medicine,
Yeah.
where it's not just your life, you're dealing with so many people's lives and emotions.
Yes.
And to find that what moves you, find what moves you, let it grab you and twirl you around.
Yes, yes. What moves you? Yeah.
Yes.
That moment belongs, it could be just a second, but it belongs to you and you alone. And I
How beautiful.
think that is important in life.
Ripple's Physicians Wellbeing is made possible by the Joe R. and Teresa Lozano Long School of Medicine Office for Graduate Medical Education. To contact us or learn more about the Wellness Home, visit gmewellness.utesca.edu.
This podcast is inspired by the Dalai Lama's powerful quote, "Just as ripples spread out when a single pebble is dropped into water, the actions of individuals can have far-reaching effects." We provide physicians with pebbles, tangible and actionable practices that can help make positive impacts in their personal and professional lives.